A mysterious nuclear radiation cloud has been hovering over northern Europe, more specifically Scandinavia, for the last few days, and we're just now getting the first test results from it. Scientists are claiming that the nuclear cloud is man-made, and the initial test results indicate that the nuclear cloud originated from a nuclear power plant. Some newspapers have been quick to blame Russia for the nuclear cloud, and even though that's certainly a possibility, we don't yet know who's responsible. Regardless of who's to blame, this is one of those things that I'm really shocked that not a lot of news agencies have been covering. So in today's video, we're going to find out what we know so far about the radiation cloud and if it's dangerous to people living in Scandinavia and the surrounding countries. Alright, so 7 days ago, multiple European nuclear watchdog agencies detected the cloud over Europe. And the day after that, a few articles did come out, but besides knowing the fact that the nuclear cloud is actually there, we didn't really know a lot about it yet. So today I found the most informational article I could on the web about the nuclear cloud, and it comes from livescience.com. It reads, "Mysterious radiation spike detected over Scandinavia. It may have come from a nuclear power plant in Russia." The article goes on to read, "Radioactivity levels have spiked in the atmosphere over northern Europe, and that could indicate damage at a nuclear power plant in western Russia, according to a Dutch health agency that has analyzed the data. The radioactive spike suggests damage to a nuclear fuel element," the Associated Press reported. However, the Russian nuclear power operator Rosenergoatom has denied problems related to facilities in Kola and Leningrad, the two nuclear power plants operating in the region, according to TASS, a Russian news agency, as reported by the AP. Well, I guess if TASS is saying so, we gotta trust them, right? I mean, the Russian government might not want to tell us, right? But at least we can trust TASS, the Russian independent news agency, right? Let's just do a quick search for TASS here. Russian news agency TASS, abbreviated TASS, is a major news agency in Russia founded in 1904. Owner, wholly owned by the federal Russian government. Great. Let's move on. Alright, so we can't really just take the word of TASS and believe in it right away, right? So let's read on from here. So Lasina Serbo is an executive secretary of a nuclear test ban organization. And with his tweet, he's saying that the possible source region in the 72-hour preceding detection is shown in orange on the map. So according to him and his organization, the two most likely places of origin is within and around Leningrad in Russia. Luckily for us, the state-run news agency has crossed out that idea completely, so we can just go ahead and forget about that. Let's read the last part of the article here. Several Scandinavian watchdog agencies detected the elevated levels of the radionuclides, or radioactive isotopes. Radionuclides are atoms whose nuclei are unstable. The excess energy inside the nucleus gets released through radioactive decay. In particular, concentrations of the radionuclides cesium-134, cesium-137, and ruthenium-103 rose in parts of Finland, southern Scandinavia, and the Arctic. Lasina Serbo, the executive secretary of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization, wrote on Twitter, "Though those pose no harm to humans, they are byproducts of nuclear fission," Serbo wrote. So I just want to say, don't worry if you didn't get much of what I just read. I didn't either, but the last part here, which it's leading up to, that's what's important. The radionuclides are artificial, that is to say they are man-made. The composition of the nuclides may indicate damage to a fuel element in a nuclear power plant. So although we're being told that the amount of the radiation within the nuclear cloud poses no threat to people, a few questions pop into mind anyways. What could we have done if it really was dangerous to people? Well, at this point, not that much. And what's gonna happen next time one of our neighbors are having a nuclear accident and it's worse than this time? You see, this isn't the first time this has happened. In 2017, we had a similar incident, same pattern. Luckily, back then, as far as we know, no one got hurt from it. At this point in time, we have a really good defense in terms of radiation detection all around the world. But when it comes to a cloud that is more hazardous than this one, more filled with radiation, we don't really have any solutions. And with more nations all around the world gaining more and more advanced technology in terms of nuclear power, we're gonna have more and more of these incidents. So check this out. One of Iran's nuclear facilities right now are fighting to contain a disaster. I won't go too much into the article because I think I'll be sidetracked from the video, but I do think it's interesting how these incidents are popping up everywhere right now. Even China within Asia are becoming famous for having these power plant meltdowns, which contaminates and destroys nature all around them. So I just want to say, I'm not here to scare people, but I do think that it's important to pay attention to these issues when they're ongoing. This happened almost a week ago, it began happening, and the news media has almost not covered it. I had a hard time finding initial articles that would actually inform people of what's going on, because it's kind of concerning when you see a radiation cloud above the place that you live, and you have no idea about the hazardous levels and all of that. So I find it important to inform people so that it won't just get buried in an avalanche of coronavirus and protest news all around the world. And I do understand that, as with all things, nuclear power can be used for good and for evil. So obviously I'm not saying that we should shut down nuclear power plants and stop researching into nuclear energy, but there has to be some kind of accountability for nations who inflict hazardous material upon other nations. People get worried when they see a nuclear cloud coming in over your country and you have no idea what's going on. At the end of the day, I'm not sure there is a good solution. But if you have any thoughts on the issue, please comment in the comment section below and I'll make sure to read them and reply to you. Half of the reason that I do these videos is to put a light on the important undercovered international issues of the day. And often when I go through the comments in the comment section, I find that you guys have way more information that I could have gathered myself. So I really like engaging with your comments, reading about them, getting more informed, getting more educated about the videos that I make. So thank you very much for your input, and I thank you so much for watching this video.